You know that sound? The one that makes every homeowner's heart drop? The sound of unexpected running water. It could be a tiny drip from the ceiling, or maybe a sudden gush from under the kitchen sink. Either way, that sound is the start of a countdown. And what you do in the next few moments, well, it can make all the difference in the world.
So let's ask the question we all hope we never have to answer for ourselves. What's the true cost of a plumbing emergency? And I'm not just talking about the plumber's bill. No. I'm talking about the cost of replacing warped floors, rescuing what's left of family photos, and just the unbelievable stress of it all. So let's put a real number on it.
Take a good look at this number, $25,000. That is the kind of damage we're talking about from just one single inch of flooding in a typical home. It's a staggering figure, right? And it just goes to show how fast a problem that seems small can spiral into a total financial nightmare. And this really says it all, doesn't it? Water doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't check the calendar. A burst pipe is going to do its thing on its own destructive schedule, and it really couldn't care less about yours.
Okay, so what are we actually talking about here? What are these middle-of-the-night problems that can turn your home completely upside down in a blink? Let's break down the usual suspects.
So here are the big five. First, you've got your burst pipes, which can just unleash an insane amount of water. Then, sewer backups, which are not only damaging but a serious health hazard. Of course, the classic overflowing toilet. We've all been there. A water heater that fails can flood your basement or garage in no time. And then there's the really scary one, a gas leak. That's an immediate threat to your family. Every single one of these is a full-blown crisis.
And you know, in every single one of those situations, there is one thing that matters more than anything else: time. How fast you respond directly impacts how bad the damage is going to be. From the second that problem starts, you are literally in a race against the clock.
And this is where the hidden danger really gets you. It's so easy to ignore a tiny little drip, right? But think about this. A tiny leak from a pipe just a quarter-inch wide can waste 10,000 gallons of water in 1 month. That's enough water to silently wreck your home's foundation before you even realize what's happening.
So here's the bottom line. Deciding to just wait until regular business hours can be the most expensive mistake you ever make as a homeowner. That delay, it can literally be the difference between a pretty simple $500 fix and a massive $50,000 restoration project that takes weeks and turns your life upside down. So if time is the enemy, what's your best defense? It's all about a fast, effective, emergency-first response. That is your lifeline. It's the set of actions that stops the damage dead in its tracks and gets the solution started.
But what does a good response actually look like? Well, it means you can call anytime, day or night, and a real person answers the phone, not a machine. It means you know someone is on their way, right now. And this one's huge. It means you get a clear upfront price, so you're not terrified of some mystery fee just because it's 2 a.m.
This is what you want to see. A professional showing up with a fully stocked truck, ready to solve the problem right then and there. No wasting time running to the hardware store while your house floods. This is what real preparedness looks like.
Okay, so the water is stopped. We're done, right? Well, not exactly. Stopping the immediate damage, that's really only half the battle. The real goal here is a permanent solution, not just a temporary patch-up job. And that takes real expertise.
This is so important, especially if you live in an older home with, older pipes. A diagnostic-first approach means they don't just fix the leak. They find out why it leaked in the first place. That's how you make sure the same exact problem doesn't just pop up again a few months later.
So how do the pros do this? Honestly, the technology is pretty cool. They can use these little sewer cameras to go right inside your pipes and see exactly where the break or blockage is. Then they can use something called hydrojetting, which is basically a super high-pressure water spray to clear it all out. And for the bigger repairs, they can even use trenchless methods to fix the pipe without digging up your entire yard. Amazing.
And the difference in the experience you have can be just night and day. On one hand, you get to talk to a real person, you get honest pricing, and the problem gets fixed right the first time. The alternative? Well, that's leaving voicemails, getting hit with surprise fees, and having to call someone back to fix the exact same problem all over again.
Because at the end of the day, a professional response isn't really about fixing a pipe. It's about restoring your home. It's about getting your routine back, your sense of security back. It's about getting your life back to normal and fast.
And these are the results you can actually feel. The water damage gets contained, your family gets back on track much faster, you avoid all that stress of dealing with unreliable service. And, oh, this is a big one.
When it's time to file that insurance claim, having all the right professional paperwork makes that whole process so much smoother.
A real professional is always going to stand behind their work, so you should always look for a service guarantee. That's what gives you the confidence that the job was actually done right. It's really a mark of trust and a promise of quality, and that is exactly what you need in a crisis.
So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Your home, it's probably the biggest investment you'll ever make. Calling for immediate professional help during an emergency, that isn't just an expense. It's an act of protecting that investment. And really, isn't that peace of mind worth everything?